Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Infidelity is a tough topic, but it's one that many people face, and the signs aren't always as obvious as you might think. When a woman is cheating, she often leaves subtle clues through her behavior, small shifts that can reveal what's going on beneath the surface. Today, we're going to explore 3 powerful signs that might indicate she's being unfaithful. These aren't loud accusations or red flags waving in your face. They're quiet changes you need to notice with care. Let's dive in and talk about what to look for. When a woman is cheating, one of the first things you might notice is a change in her emotional availability. She might seem distant, like she's not fully present when you're together. Maybe she used to share her thoughts openly, talking about her day, her worries, or her dreams. But now she's guarded, giving short answers or avoiding deep conversations altogether. You might ask, "How was your day?" and get a vague, "Fine," when she used to dive into details. This shift isn't just about being busy or stressed. It's a sign she's emotionally pulling away, possibly because her attention is elsewhere. She might also seem less interested in your life, not asking about your day or brushing off things that used to matter to both of you, like planning date nights or checking in about your goals. It's not that she's stopped caring entirely, but her emotional energy feels like it's being spent somewhere else. Sometimes this distance shows up in small ways, like her being glued to her phone during dinner or seeming distracted when you're talking about something important. These moments can feel like she's physically there but mentally checked out. If you notice her pulling back emotionally in ways that don't add up, it's a clue that something might be off, and it's worth paying attention to what's causing that shift. Another sign to watch for is secrecy around her routines or habits, especially when it's out of character. Maybe she's suddenly vague about where she's going or who she's with, saying things like, "Oh, just out with friends," without mentioning names or details like she used to. Or perhaps she's protective of her phone or computer in a way she never was before, keeping it face down, stepping out of the room to take calls, or quickly closing apps when you walk by. This isn't about normal privacy. It's about a noticeable change in transparency. For example, if she used to leave her phone on the table without a second thought, but now guards it closely or changes her passwords without explanation, that's a shift worth noticing. She might also start having unexplained gaps in her schedule, staying late at work more often or having new commitments that don't quite make sense. These changes don't always mean cheating, of course. Life gets busy, and people need space sometimes. But when secrecy becomes a pattern, especially if it's paired with defensiveness when you ask innocent questions, it can be a sign that she's hiding something. The key is to look for what's different from her usual behavior. If she's always been private, that's one thing. But if this is new, it might point to something deeper going on. You'll also notice changes in how she interacts with you, physically and emotionally, often in ways that feel inconsistent. One day, she might be overly affectionate, showering you with attention or compliments out of the blue, like she's trying to make up for something. The next, she might pull away, avoiding physical closeness like hugs, kisses, or intimacy that used to feel natural. This push and pull can be confusing. It's like she's wrestling with guilt or trying to balance her feelings. For instance, she might avoid eye contact during conversations or seem hesitant to engage in moments of closeness, like cuddling on the couch. At the same time, she might overcompensate at other moments, being extra sweet or planning something special, almost like she's trying to cover her tracks. These swings in behavior aren't just moodiness. They can reflect an internal conflict about her actions. You might also notice she's less responsive to your affection. Maybe she tenses up when you try to hold her hand, or seems distracted during moments that used to bring you closer. These shifts in her energy can feel subtle at first, but when they happen consistently, they create a pattern that's hard to ignore. It's not about one-off day. It's about a change in how she connects with you over time. Before we wrap up, let's be clear. Seeing these signs doesn't mean you should jump to conclusions or accuse her outright. Emotional distance, secrecy, or inconsistent behavior can happen for many reasons. Stress, personal struggles, or changes in her life that have nothing to do with cheating. But when these signs pile up and feel out of character, they're worth noticing and addressing with care. Infidelity is a heavy topic, and it's important to approach it thoughtfully, not with anger or assumptions. If you're seeing these changes, try having an open, honest conversation about how you're both feeling in the relationship. Sometimes that's enough to uncover what's really going on. Whatever you do, handle it with respect. For her, for yourself, and for the truth. There you have it. 3 subtle signs that might suggest a woman is cheating. These clues aren't always obvious, but they're powerful when you see them, for what they are. If you're noticing these changes, take a step back, reflect, and approach the situation with care. Trust is fragile, and so are relationships. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.